bye week blues here for us on Agree to Disagree, the show with the motto,
I'm still
We're
right.
right.
He's
They're
still
wrong.
wrong.
Clearly some time off did not help. Statement number one,
Good
don't
read, Cordell.
overthink the offensive and defensive game plans. Labs, you're first.
Agree. I mean, the Dolphins are 0-6. They're 0-6 on merit. They have earned their 0-6 record, and there are 11 major statistical categories in which the Miami Dolphins currently rank either last in the NFL or second to last in the NFL, and 2 of those 11 are points scored and points allowed. They are bad, they are winless, so just play fundamentally sound football. You don't have to get tricky, you don't have to get creative. You should be able to block and tackle this team right into oblivion. Don't make any mistakes that typically come with trying to be too creative or tricky. Win the game, and get prepared for Indianapolis the following Sunday.
Prisuta?
I'm going to disagree. My esteemed colleague is correct in reading the stat sheet, but I think the Dolphins' story this year has been a tale of 2 teams. The one in September was wretched. It was historically bad. Miami got to its bye. The Dolphins have come out of that. They were 2-point conversion away from beating the Redskins, who agreed, understandably, aren't very good. And very competitive against Buffalo last Sunday. I think you treat this like a regular game. You do what you have to do to win the game. You do not treat it like a layup, like all you have to do is show up and step out onto the Heinz Field turf and run these guys over. Ryan Fitzpatrick is an NFL quarterback. He's a playmaker. He's capable. Miami is running the ball well up the middle all of a sudden. For 2.5 quarters at least, the Dolphins were really good defensively on 3rd down against Buffalo. Do whatever it takes, but assume nothing before you figure out what you need to do.
All right. Statement number 2. James Conner is the offensive linchpin. Mike, you're going to go first this time.
He is. The guy I saw against the Chargers is the guy the Steelers are going to need to see, at least for the next couple weeks here, if not for the rest of the season. The quarterback position is what it is. The offense looked similar to me with Duck playing as it did with Mason Rudolph playing. I think the intermediate passing game is going to be sporadic at best. The down-the-field game might be a bridge too far. They're going to need to lean heavily on James Conner. And while I know he is going to need some help from the offensive line, I also know that there are plays designed for the running back to make a guy miss. James Conner was outstanding against the Chargers. He was hard to tackle. He was making people miss in the open field. He was effective in the running game and the passing game. He knew where the sticks were. He was the best offensive player on the field for the Steelers. He needs to keep being that, and he's got to keep not fumbling.
I'm gonna disagree with the statement. I do agree, however, with everything Mike said about the importance of James Conner, what the Steelers are going to need from James Conner. They are going to need James Conner, Pro Bowl running back from here on out. However, this is professional football, and so the quarterback is the linchpin of the offense. The quarterback will always be the linchpin of the offense because unless you're getting creative and tricky with Wildcat, the quarterback is the only guy besides the center who touches the ball on every play. I think it's too much to assume that the intermediate passing game is going to be spotty at best and that any kind of deep passing game is going to be non-existent. The Steelers are going to need both of those elements in their offense to continue to be successful over the course of the rest of this regular season. The Steelers are not in a position where they can eliminate one facet of the offense and they're good enough in other areas to win all of these games because they just about have to win out.
All right. Let's see. The first statement, I think you both said the same thing, just in different ways, even though you both disagreed with each other. So I'm going to throw that one out.
We do that.
Because
I think we should get credit for doing that.
I'm giving you credit for that. For the James Conner one, though, I will actually agree with Prisuta on this one. I think he needs to be a threat both on the ground and in the air, an asset to Mason Rudolph. He also is a guy that can juice up that offensive line. So coming out of the bye, the winner, Mike Prisuta.
Cue the pit fight song. Cue the pit fight song.
Thanks for joining us on Agree to
Go
Disagree.
Green.
We'll see you next time.